morning to all. I will start the session. Before going to the today's session, the first thing is what happened in the last session. Okay. In the last session, main our topic is variables. Here we discussed what is a variable, how to initialize. What is the term initialize? Remember, technical. I request all mute yourself. In case if you have any doubt, unmute yourself and ask the doubts, or else ping the message in the chat box. Okay. Now, variables. What is mean by variable? Variables is simply an identifier. That means whatever the rules that are given to identifier, that rules followed variable. That is, variable follows the rules of identifier, and variable is a memory location to hold the value. To hold the value. Okay, that is the variable. That is variable. Now, what we discussed, we are assigning some value to the variable, like A is equal to 5, B is equal to 3, some C is equal to 2.3, etc. Yes or no? That is assignment. Technically, that term is called, initialization. Remember the word initialization. Initialization means assigning values is called initialization. Clear? Okay. The variable is created. Now, under this variable, what we discussed, single assignment like this. That is single value assignment. A comma B comma C is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3. Multiple values into multiple variables. Multiple values into multiple variables. Now A comma B comma C is equal to 1. A single value to multiple variables. These are the different ways of initializing to variables. Different ways of initializing values to variables. Now, what is the important thing? This one. At the time of this assignment, remember one important point. The number of variables must and should be equal to the number of values. Number of variables equal to number of values. If both are mismatched, we say an error. Yes or no? What is the error name? What is the error name? Value error. Whatever, that is the message. That is the description. Too many values, or too many values, or one more error is high values. That is the description. But you need to remember the name of the error. The error name is value error. The error name is value error. Okay. That is my first topic in the last session. Once we create the variable, we discussed one more point. What is the point? Related to memory locations. You remember? Related to memory location. Up to 256. You remember the word? 256. Up to the whole number 256. Same memory location is allocated for more than one variable. Only for integers. Only for integers. Okay, this is 256. Now, for real numbers, different memory is allocated. For real numbers, different memory is allocated. Now, what is the function? Anyone give the name of the function? For getting the address? Anyone? Okay.
Idea of.
Yes, exactly. Remember, the function name is id of, which is used to get the address. That is, at which particular memory location our variable is stored. Okay, id function is completed. Now, what is my next topic? After completion of these variables, I move to the topic of data types. Remember? Data types. This is also begun in the last session. And that I given a basic introduction. What is data type? the type of information stored in the variable. The type of information stored in the variable. So, for that, what is the function? So, I think everyone know the function name is type of. This is the function which is used to know the type of the variable. That is, which type of information is stored in the variable. Why we need this function? In C++, Java, no need of this function. Why? In the sense, in the remaining programming language except Python, all are static typed. Static typed in the sense, before usage of variable, first you need to declare the variable. For example, like this, int a comma b, float c. First, this is the statement. You need to declare the variable and then use the variable. The meaning is a comma b are the two variables which hold integer value. That means whole numbers. What is integer? Whole numbers like 2, 3, 5, 7. C is a variable which holds real number. C is the variable which holds real number. This is fixed. What is the advantage of Python? What is the term? Anyone give the name of what is the advantage of Python?
No need indicate the
Exactly. The meaning is same. What you said, the meaning is said, no need to declare the variable in advance. That is called as
Dynamic
anyone.
type.
Exactly. Remember that word carefully. Very, very important. Dynamically typed. Yes, perfect. Dynamically typed. Okay, you know the concept description, but the term is also very, very important. Dynamically typed. Okay. Yes, perfect. Now, coming to the different types of data types. What is the first one? Directly, I am writing my first one as numbers. Numbers in the sense we discussed. What are the numbers? Integer, that is whole numbers, floating, real numbers. What is one more type of number? Complex. So these are
complex.
generally all these clubbed together I called as numbers. Now, what is another data type? Boolean,
Boolean.
which consists of true or false. So under integer, the data type name is int. Floating, the data type name is float. Complex, the data type name is complex. Boolean, the data type name is Boolean. So this is the topic we had discussed in the last session. Yes or no? Up to this topic. Up to this topic we discussed in the last session. Okay. Now move step by step. Move step by step. What is my first point? Coming to integer. I will explain in detail about integer. Hardly it takes 15 to 20 minutes, but understand carefully. What is integer? What is integer? Again, I am repeating. Integer is used to store whole numbers. Integer is used to store whole number. Okay. Now, the data type is int. What are different integer numbers? That is, what are different whole numbers? We know only one number. Everyone know this number. That is decimal number. Right or wrong? Generally and regularly, we are using decimal number, the number 23, 34, 56. Whatever the numbers you are using right now, all those numbers are called decimal numbers. Now, a decimal number, what is the ranges? Each and every digit is from 0 to 9. Yes or no? A digit
Yes, sir.
from 0 to 9, such numbers are called decimal numbers. Why only 0 to 9? Remember, we have two logics. One is DEC, DEC. DEC means decimal. DEC means decimal. That means that is called 10. DEC means decimal 10. Consider any number. Any number. You divide any number with 10. Any number with 10. What are the possible reminders? For example, number 23. Divide 23 with 10. 10 2 jars 20, remainder is 3. Divide the number with 59. 10 5 jars 50, remainder is 9. Divide the number 60. 10 6 jars 60, remainder is 0. You divide any number with 10, the possible reminders are 0 to 9 only. 0 to 9 means how many numbers? 0 to 9 in the sense 10 numbers. That is
10.
decimal number. My second format is binary numbers. Remember, these are very, very important. You need to remember all this. Sir, integer in the sense whole number only 23, 34 is sufficient. No. If you are writing some level of complex programs, you need to know the binary, octal, remaining possible cases. I will explain binary. By means 2. By means 2. So, what are the possible two numbers? 0 to
Reverse 1.
1. That is 0, comma 1. Obviously, divide any number with 2. The possible remainders are 0, 1. Now, my next one is octal numbers. Octal numbers. Oct means 8. Exactly. Very good.
Yeah.
Oct means 8. Yes. What are the possible values? 0 to 7.
0.
Total 8 numbers, 0 to 7. My
7.
final point is hexadecimal. Hex means
Extra.
6, decimal
6.
means 10, hexadecimal means
16.
16.
16.
Exactly. 0 to 0 to 15.
15.
0 to 15, total 60 numbers. Okay. 0 to 9, that is another thing. What are the possible values? 0 to 15, that means a
15.
total of 16 numbers. Now the thing is 0 to 9 is okay. But how to represent 10? If you are representing 10 as 10, system takes as that is 10. If you represent 12, system considers this is 1 comma 12. Why? Because we have only the digits 0 to 9. Yes or no? Now,
Yes.
to represent a value 10, right now you are not understanding. I will explain in depth, not a problem. 10 is represented as A, 11 is represented as B. Just now you listen, only listen, first 5 minutes. I will explain, then you will understand clearly. Okay, either you can use uppercase, lower cases. You can use uppercases, lower cases. Now, just now I discussed different types of integer numbers supported by Python programming. What are the 4 types of numbers? Decimal numbers, binary numbers, octal numbers, hexadecimal numbers. Now, from right now onwards, I am asking the questions. Anyone give the question. A is equal to 53. Now 53 is which type of number? How can you say that 53 is a decimal number? Remember, 3 is in the range of 0 to 9. 5 is in the range of 0 to 9. Then you say that so each and every digit is from 0 to 9. That is a decimal number. But 3 is in the range of 0 to 7 also. 5 is in the range of 0 to 7 also. And it satisfies hexadecimal property. Now the question is, how can you say that 53 is a decimal number? Anyone? My assumption is right or wrong? I said 53 is octal number. You said 53 is hexadecimal number. Some other person said 53 is the decimal number. Which one is correct? Okay,
So
that is
divided
my next
by
point.
By
Yes, anyone,
divided by
please?
10, remainder is 3.
No. So remainder 3 in the sense that is not the case. Why? Because here my only condition is any digit is within the range, that is the number. So no need to perform any division operation. No need to perform any division operation. Now, to avoid this confusion at the time of language development, they follow some rules. What are the rules? By default, any number is considered as a decimal number. So by default, in the sense A is equal to 53 is considered as a decimal number. Now question is how to make a number as an octal number. Suppose you are writing the statement A is equal to 0 O. Remember, first letter is 0, second one is O. 0 O 53. This is called octal number. That is, any number is prefixed with 0. Any number prefixed with 0, that is called octal number. Now, any number prefix, suppose here A is equal to 10. Now, 10 is a binary number or decimal number? Decimal number. Even 10 is available. That is not 10, that is 10. That is a decimal number. So any number prefixed with 0B. Always remember B and O are either capital or lower, either uppercase or lowercase. 0B 10. Then only it is a binary number. If a number prefixed with 0B, that is a binary number. Prefixed with 0, that is octal number. Remember, prefixed with 0x 25A3 like this. Prefixed with 0x, that is hexadecimal number. Now the question is, I will ask one question, anyone give the response? A is equal to 0.786. Now, this is an octal number, yes or no? Always remember? Yes. Perfect. Anyone? Give the message, yes or no? Yes. Very
After,
good.
after.
And offline. Any yes or no?
Yes, sir.
100%. Everyone give the answer almost yes. Perfect. Very good. But the answer is no. Understand carefully. If a number prefixed with 0 in the sense that is not an octal number, again you have to follow one thing. Check each and every digit is in the range of 0 to 7 or not. 7 is in the range of 0 to 7. 6 is in the range of 0 to 7. But what about 8? 8 is in the range of 0 to 7? No. Even though it is prefixed with 0, that must and should each digit in the range of 0 to 7. Now the answer is no. Now everyone got the idea? Clear?
Yes.
So that is not only for this one, for all the cases. Suppose 0B120. This is not a binary number. Why? Here we are using the digit 2. Here we are using the digit 2. Now, got the clear idea? Decimal number, binary number, octal number, hexadecimal number. Now, I am going to IDLE. Go to IDLE. Here I type the program. Not simple statement. A is equal to, suppose take a number, some 73. Any number. A is equal to 73. A is a decimal number. No need. We already practice A is equal to 3, A is equal to 5. Suppose B is equal to 0B 11011. Take any number. B is equal to 0B. Now, type B. What is the result? I will show you. Before showing, I will explain. See this one. What is my number? B is equal to 0B double one zero double one. 0B double one zero double one. One important point you need to remember is if you given the number in binary format or octal format or hexadecimal format, the system automatically convert into decimal. Automatically, no need to do anything. Suppose here I am typing B. Here I perform any conversion? No. Right now I have not performed any conversion, but you print B. What? Sorry. If you print B, press enter, what is the output? We are getting a decimal number. Remember, what is the point? Whatever the base, that is base in the sense base 2, base 8, base 16, whatever the base you are given, automatically the output is in the form of decimal. Clear? Everything is clear? Now check. How do we are getting 27? I will explain that one. I will explain that one. Very simple thing. What is the base? The base is 2. We know the decimal numbers. We know the decimal number. For example, what is the number 1234? Yes or no? How can you know that that is 1234? In mathematics, we know this is unit place, this is tens place, 100 place, 1000 place. Yes or no? The
Yes.
internal logic is 1 into 1000 plus 2 into 100 plus 3 into 10 plus 4 into 1. Yes or no? Exactly. In every format also the same concept. 1 in the sense 10 power 0. This is the decimal number. The base is 10. 10 power 0. This is 10 power 1. This is 10 square. This one is 10 cube. Now, for this, how to calculate? How to calculate? 1 into 2 power 0. Why? This is base 2. 1 into 2 power 0. 1 into 2 power 1. 0 into 2 square. 1 into 2 cube. 1 into 2 power 4. You got it? Perform some operation. 1 into 2 power 4, 16. Plus 1 into 2 cube, 8. Plus 0 into
Oh,
4, 0 plus 1 into 2, 2 plus 1 into 2 power 0 is 1. Now, what is the answer? 16 plus 8, 24. 24 plus 2, 26. 26 plus 1, 27. We are getting the same output. Now, you got it? Whenever a binary number is given, the system automatically converts into the decimal. This is the internal logic. This is the internal logic. Clear? Now, consider C is equal to 0. Oh, some take the number, some 73. Press enter. Press enter. Now print C. C is what it prints? Decimal. It prints
yes.
decimal. See this one. Octal 73. Octal value is 73, but my decimal value is 15. And how? Again, do the same procedure. What is the procedure? C is equal to 073. Anyone how? 8 power 0, 8 power 1. 7 into 8 power 1. What is the value? 7 8 are 56 plus 3 into 8 power 0 3. What is the value? 59. Everything is fine. Anyone have doubt? Clear? Internally, this is happened. Now, very important. Hexadecimal. Now, this is very important. Understand carefully. Why very important? In the sense, I said the total numbers are 0 to 15, but the value 10 I am given A. Why I given A? For example, assume my hexadecimal number is 0x. Suppose 2, 3, A, some 5. But I don't know A. Initially, I don't know A. My intention is my intention, observe my intention, 0x 2 3 10 5. What is my intention? This is 10. But how the system takes? But how system takes? 5 into 16 power 0, 0 into 16 power 1, 1 into 16 power 2. Now you got the clear idea? Your assumption is the remainder is 10. Why? If you divide any number with 16, the possible reminders are 0 to 15. So your intention is the remainder is 10. But how system takes 10 as consider as two separate. One is 0, second one is 1. 16 power 0, 16 power 1. You got it? That is the reason. The answer is changed or not? So this is 16 cube, this is 16 power 4. The complete answer is changed. For example, I will show you. D is equal to 0x. What is my number? 23105. Print D. Whatever it is, okay. So here 10 is considered 10 as separate numbers. This is my decimal number. For example, D is equal to 0x3 A5. Instead of 10, if I am given A, observe the change. Your answer is 933, but it is modified to 12,000 approximately. Now you got idea? Only 0 to 9. If you want to represent 10, use the letter A. Everyone, anybody have doubts? Is clear? So my
No,
first
sir.
step is completed. Yes, please.
Sir, again repeat it.
Again repeated. Okay. See this one. Here, suppose I'm removing this one. Here, you know, the numbers are from 0 to 9. So hexadecimal numbers in the sense 0 to 15. Now the question is, why I given A, B, C, D for the value 10? Suppose take any number. For example, my number is some 12. 12 is divided with 16. 12 is divided with 16. What is the remainder? 16, 0, 0. The remainder is 12. What is the remainder? 12. Suppose my number is 0x 23 12 5. What is your assumption? Your assumption is 5 is one digit, 12 is one digit, 3 is one digit, 2 is another digit. That is your assumption. Why? You have possible of 12 remainder. That means you can place 0 to 15 of any numbers. Right now I am getting 4 numbers. One number is 5, one number is 12, one number is 3, one number is 2. But how the system point of view? In system point of view, system takes as 5 is one digit. 5 into 16 power 0. They are not considered as 12. They consider as 2 as a separate number, 1 as a separate number. Why? Because system knows only 0 to 9 and system consider each and every digit. System point of view, they consider digit by digit, digit by digit. That is a very important. That is the reason to avoid the confusion instead of 12. A is 10, B is 11, C is 12 and so on, F is 15. Whenever you need to place a value 10, instead of placing 10, here I am directly writing A. Now how the system takes? A is considered as a digit. A value is 10. 10 into 16 power 1. You got it? That is the thing. Now, so my first step is completed. What is my first step? Whatever the base you are given, system automatically converts into decimal format. Decimal format. Now, remember whatever I am teaching right now, very important. The reverse fashion. What is the reverse fashion? If I am given a decimal number. What is your aim? You need to convert into a binary. A decimal number, convert into octal. A decimal number, convert into hexa. You got it? What is my first point? Convert any base to decimal. Done automatically, right or wrong? Done automatically. You don't need anything. I already given the examples here. I am not doing anything. Automatically the operations are performed. My second point is convert decimal to any base. Decimal to any base. Suppose here I given a number. A is equal to some 73. This is my decimal number. Your first aim is convert into binary. How? First, I will explain technically, non-technically. So, what is the procedure? Blindly, to which format you want to convert? You want to convert binary format. The blind procedure, this is not required to you. But I will explain, understand. Simply divide 73 with base 2. If you want to convert any decimal number to any base, divide the number with that base. Divide the number with that base. So 73 is divided with 2. So 2, 3 and 6. What is the remainder? 236, 72. The remainder is 1. Here I write down the remainder. 2, 18, 16. The remainder is 0. 2, 9 jar 18. The remainder is 0. 2, 4 jar 8. The remainder is 1. 2, 2 jar 2. The remainder is 0. 2, 1 jar, sorry, 2 zeros. Sorry, right. 2 1s are 2. 2 1s are 2. The remainder is 0. Now 1 is less than 2. No need to divide. Now my division operation is completed. Write down the answer in the reverse order. Write down the answer in the reverse order. What is the binary value? 1 0 0 1 0 0 1. This is my binary value. But internally you don't need of any logic. What happens? Suppose if you want to convert into octal, divide with 8, convert into 16, divide with 16. That is the simple thing. Now in Python we have three predefined functions. Everyone remember the function. The first function name is bin-off. Second function is oct-off. Third function is hex-off. These are the three functions. So you will understand what is bin-off. Convert any base into binary format. Oct means convert into octal format. Hex means convert into hexadecimal format. In Python, we have one more advantage. Up to now, what I said, convert decimal into any base. Right now, not only decimal, you can use anything. Suppose I will explain with an example. Where is the shell? This is the shell. Now, see this one. Assume A is equal to 0B. Sorry, already my number is 73. Consider the same example. A is equal to 0B. bin, bin of A, bin of A automatically converted into binary. See this one. What is the prefix? You already know. A binary number prefixed with 0B. What is the answer? 100 1001. Check whether it is right or wrong. 100 1001. Perfect. Okay. Now I converted my 73 into binary. Suppose if you want to convert 73 into octal, divide with 8. 8 9 are 72. Remainder is 1. 8 1 are 8. The remainder is 1. So this is In the reverse direction, always in the reverse direction. 1, 1, 1. Now perform the same thing. Octave A. Convert the number A is equal to 73 into octal format. Yes, we are getting the same output or not? 1, 1, 1. 3 ones in the reverse direction. Octal. Now finally, hex of A. Hex means divide the number with 16. The same procedure. Divide the number with 16. Whatever the reminders we are getting, write down in the reverse fashion. Hex of A. So the answer is 0x49. If you have any doubt, again you can check also. How 9 into 16 power 0. 9 into 16 power 0. That is 9 plus 4 into 16 power 1. 6 4 ja 64. 64 plus 9 73. Yes or not? Okay. Now, now I will explain one more important point. Understand carefully. Right now, I given all the decimal values. The decimal is converted into binary. Decimal is converted into octal. Decimal is converted into hexadecimal. Finally, you can convert any base into any base. For example, C is equal to bin of, assume C is equal to bin of A. Now, sorry, not double equal, one equal only. Now what C? C stores. In a previous example, I just to print the value. I am not storing the value. I just to print the value. I am not storing the value. Right now, I am storing whatever the binary value you are getting. The binary value is stored in C. The binary value is stored in C. Now, octave C. You got my point? Now C is a binary value. Binary is converted into octal. That means not only decimal. You convert any. What is the answer? Opt C. str object cannot be interpreted as integer. Yes, I will explain this one later. For example, right now understand this one. What is the string? Here you observe anything up to now? Here I am printing D, directly it prints the value. Suppose here I am printing bin A, the answer is in quotation. Here X answer is in quotation. Answer is quotation. What is mean by quotation? Our next data type. In the last session, I discussed what are the advanced data type? String. First point. Yes. Anything is written inside the quotation, that is called a string. Inside the quotation, that is called a string. Now, I will explain this one once the string concept is completed. Then you will understand clearly. So, okay, my basic topic is completed. What is my basic topic? Integer data type. Under integer data type, I will write down in the notepad. Remember. So, what we discussed today, for your understanding, day 4. Now, what is my first topic? Integer data type. Yes or no? Under integer, what are the different types of numbers? Decimal, binary, octal, and then hexadecimal. And again, we discussed the functions bin of for binary conversion, octave convert into octal, and hex of convert into hexadecimal. So whatever the error we are getting, we discuss the error later. Once we complete the concept of strings, then you only will understand very clearly. Now, what is my next data type? Floating. Yes or no? Floating. Floating is used to store real numbers. Floating is used to store real numbers. Simple, directly 1 point answer. A is equal to 2.3. B is equal to 3.4789 and so on. That is the floating point number. Suppose some f is equal to, variable name is your wish. F is equal to, or else you can use the variable f1, f1, f2, f3 to represent floating point numbers. You can take the variables according to your requirement, 2.364879. Print f1, we are getting the same answer. Whatever you are given, exactly the same answer is displayed. Here, we have some points in float. What are the points? Suppose I have my value is 2.3654789. 1, 2, 3, approximately. After the decimal point, I have 7 digits. But in my answer, I need only 2 digits. I need only 2 digits. That means, what is my concept here? Suppose area of a circle, everyone don't know, everyone know. Suppose you have a circle, how to calculate area? Some mathematical terms. So area is equal to pi r square. Yes or no? Area is equal to pi r square. R is the radius. Suppose r is equal to 5. What is the answer? Pi into 5 into 5. Now the question is, what is the value of pi? 3.14. Pi value is 3.14. 3.14. But remember, actually, this is not the original value. After point, you have many number of digits. That is a precision. We call it as after digit, whatever you are placing, that is called precision. Here, the precision is not only 2 digits. Lot of, for example, 9, 11, 10 digits of precision. But using all these precision, it is difficult. And it is very difficult to remember. That is the reason I am using only 3.14 like this. Yes or no? Now, here also, suppose if your number is 3.142312345 into 5 into 5, what is the answer? Don't calculate. The answer also after decimal point, many number of digits are available. It is very difficult. Right now, my question is, after performing the calculation, your answer after decimal point, sir, I need only 2 digits. Only 2 digits of precision. So for that, we have some additional topics. We have some additional topics. So in the first program, I use one statement. What is that one? What is my first program? Printing some welcome to Python. So under this print, we have some options are available. By using that option, we can print only the required values. That means approximately after 2 to 3 sessions, we got this point. After 2 to 3 sessions, we are in the stage of print. Once you are learning the concept of print, you will understand this one also. Right now, you are learning the basic topics. What is what? What is what? Simply printing the value. Now, one question is, F2 is equal to F2 is equal to 1.20000. Now, what is F2? Is zeros are displayed? Obviously, zeros are eliminated automatically. Any other than 0, that is displayed. Now, my final point is F3 is equal to F3 is equal to, suppose 0.1 or else 0.00000, any number of zeros, 1, 2. Now the entire number is displayed. Yes or no? Entire number is displayed. F3. What is the answer? This is another point. This is another point. Remember, first I given a simple value like 2.345 like that. The value is displayed. Suppose if I am using a complicated number, all consists of zeros. Now that is converted into this number. What is the meaning of this one? Right now I will explain. That is called exponential notation. A floating point is represented in exponential notation. The meaning is, suppose 2 E5. Assume you have a statement like this. to E5. How system takes this one? 2 into E specifies base 10. 10. 5 specify power 2 into 10 power 5. This is my value. Check whether it is right or wrong. Check whether it is right or wrong. F4 is equal to 2 E5. What is F4? See this one, yes or no? See this one, 10 power 5 means we are adding 5 zeros. We are adding 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why 0.0? Always this is an exponential notation. Always this is an exponential notation. Suppose 2e minus 5. What is the meaning? 2 into 10 power minus 5. 10 power minus 5 in the sense 2 by 10 power 5. After decimal point, we have zeros. Generally, you know the basic logics. That is a mathematical notation. So, here I am writing 2e minus 5. Sorry, I need to assign the value. F5 is equal to 2e minus 5. F5, it does not take. Why? Because this is a small number. Generally, if the complexity increases, then it will take. Or else take this one. How many number of zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Here I am given the value 0.9. Already the number is 1.2. Already 1 point is there. Yes or no? 8 zeros followed by this one. Here I am not explaining in detail. Why? This is a mathematical formulas. But remember, 100% we are not using this one. Why we are using this one? In a scientific applications, even after 10 digits of precision, we need the value we are using. Generally, we are not doing such much of complex programs. So, ignore this one. Even though you are not understanding this one, not a problem. Very, very simple. We need to represent the floating, simple floating values. Okay, clear? Now, move to this one, complex number. If any number, here you need to remember some points related to complex. Any number is of the form a plus bj. Any number is of the form a plus bj, that is called complex number. That is called complex number. For example, 2 plus 3j is called complex number. Is it clear, everyone? So the integers and floatings is clear. Anyone have doubts under integer and floating? Give the message. Under integer and floating. Okay.
No, sir.
So it is clear. I am moving into complex. A number is of the form a plus bj. Such numbers are called complex numbers. 2 plus 3j. Now, why I am asking the question before explaining this one? What is the question? Are you understand integer and floating in the sense? Remember, here A is which data type? You can use integer data type. You can use float data type. B also, you can take integer data type. You can take float data type. That is completely your issue. You can use the combination also. You got my point? Suppose, for example, this is the statement. 2 plus 3j. 2 plus 3.32j. 2.4 plus 3j. 2.4 plus 3.5j. You got my point? Both A and B are integers. One is integer floating, floating integer, floating floating. You got it? So you can take either integer or floating A and B. In this, any one of A is called real number, real part. B is called imaginary part. Here the data types basic topic is mathematics. Imaginary part. A is called real part, B is called imaginary part. Now, so okay. one point. You need to remember one point. Suppose here I given a program to you. Perform addition of two numbers. Right now you are in a position to write addition of two numbers. Yes or no? So addition of two numbers. First I read the first number. Second I am writing the second number. Directly I am performing the addition. Why? You know how to assign the value to a variable. How to perform the addition. Now my next two question is, here you can perform A is equal to 3.4, B is equal to 2.3. Is it possible? Yes. So up to now you learn addition of two integers, addition of two floats, one integer and one float, any combination. Now my next two question is, take two complex numbers. C1 is equal to 2 plus 3j. C2 is equal to some 4 plus 5j. Now, what is my question? Perform addition of two complex numbers. Not only addition, we perform some operation. For simply, I am taking addition of two complex numbers. Directly, if you are writing the statement C1 plus C2, it is not possible. Yes or no? Now, in mathematics, how to learn the addition? You have to add the real parts, and then you have to add the imaginary parts. Now, what is my question? Obviously, you have to add the real part. You have to add the imaginary part. Now, my question is, how do we get the real part only? Whenever I am using the variable C1, the complete answer is displayed. Yes or no? For example, see this one. C1 is equal to 2 plus 3j. Whenever I am printing C1, automatically it prints inside the parenthesis. That is a property. So the complete value is displayed, but I does not need the complete value. I need only real value. I need only imaginary value to perform the addition. You got my point? For that, you are using a command real. C1 dot real. Now, what is the meaning? From this C1, we are extracting only real value. C1 dot imag. Now you are getting. From this C1, we are extracting the imaginary part. We are extracting the imaginary part. Check this one. C1 dot real. We are getting real. Here observe, that is the very important. By default, every complex number is in the float format, even though you are given integer. Even though you are given an integer, the result in float. Now C1 dot imag imaginary 3.0. Now it is clear. Suppose you are taking another number, C2 is equal to C 3 plus 4j. C2 dot real. The answer is 4. C2 dot imag imaginary. Now you can perform the additions. How? C1 dot real plus C2 dot real, like this. Like this, you can perform the addition. 5.0, yes or no? Yes. Okay. So you can calculate the imaginary also. Finally, we are clubbing the real part and imaginary into complex number. How? We read a predefined function. After completion of data types, I will explain the functions. Okay. Now, I will explain the last point related to complex, not at all completed. What we discussed, it is in the form of A plus Bj. A, B are integers or floating values, and then we are extracting the real part by using dot real, imaginary part by using dot imag. Clear? Now, the very important point is the very important. Suppose C1 is equal to 0.73 plus 3j. Is it possible or not? Is it possible or not? Possible. Why? Here I am given an integer number. Remember, if A comma B are floating values, there is no problem. Why? Because floating has only one float. But coming to integer, we have some problems. Under integers, we have decimal numbers, octal numbers, binary numbers, hexadecimal numbers. Which one you have to use? That is my thing. Now, if you print C1, what is the answer? The answer is 0073 is available or decimal number is available? Decimal number,
Decimal.
whatever the situation, exactly. If you are given in any base, the output is in decimal. Suppose some 3 C3 is equal to 0073 plus some 4j. If you print C3, 0073 is converted into decimal. Yes or no? Now,
Yes, sir.
that means my first point. Note down the first point. What is that one? In the real part, you can use either decimal, octal, hexadecimal, or binary. Just now I shown only one example. You practice remaining three. You can use any base. There is no restriction on the real part. But coming to imaginary part, we have restriction. It can use only the decimal. If it is an integer, if it is float, not a problem. If you want to use integer, it allows only the decimal base. Only the decimal base. Suppose, see this one, some C4 is equal to 5 plus 0073J. It gives an error. See this one? Syntax error. Invalid octal literal. That means we are using octal number. Why? In the sense that is developed by the language developer. Syntax. Remember, whatever the syntax error, blindly you have to follow. What is mean by syntax error? At the time of a language development, some rules are fixed. You have to follow that rules. How the rules? You don't know about any rule. You have to blindly follow the rules. If any case you violate the rule, it gives the syntax error. So syntax error means there is no logic. Blindly you have to follow. Fix. Suppose value error, that is your mistake. Type error, that is your mistake. Key error, that is your mistake. Index error. So those are my mistakes in the program. But syntax error is the rules are violated. That is the thing. Now, what is a complex number? You understand? The complex number is clear. Any doubts?
Hmm.
Yes. Give me 2 minutes. I will complete the basic data type also. Why? Because in the next session, we will move to advanced data type. So, what is the last basic? That is primitive data type bool. Bool. That is Boolean. It has two positive values, true, false. True, false. Execute this one. A is equal to, sorry, before that one, I forgot one thing. What is that one? Type of C3 complex. In the first example, I show all the types at a time. So right now, type of C3 complex. Now, some B1 is equal to true. B1 is equal to true. This is called Boolean. B2 is equal to false. This is called Boolean. Type of B1. Answer is BOOL, bool. Now the question is, I already said everyone must and should remember T is uppercase, F is uppercase. For example, by mistake you are given in lowercase. See this one. It gives an error. Observe the colors. By observing the colors also you are getting 1 point. So true. See this one. It gives an error. What is error? Name error. Right now I am explaining this one. Name error.
Capital.
What is name error? That means true is considered as a variable. True is considered as a variable. Up to now, we are not defining that variable. For example, up to now, we have a variable k. I am not using k. Type k. What is the value of k? Up to now, I am not using k. Press enter. See this one. K is not defined. Exactly. They consider B3, suppose A is equal to B. What is the meaning? The value of B is assigned to A. System also takes true is a variable, but the variable is not at all defined. You got it? Now, finally, suppose A greater than B or else 5 greater than 3. True or false? That means at the time of comparisons, we are using the answer is true. These are the basic and primitive data types. In the next session, I am moving into the advanced data types, string, list, tuple, dictionary, set, step by step. Okay. Meanwhile, if you have any doubt, ask. If you have any doubt, ask.
No.
If you have no doubt, you can leave the session.
So do we have class tomorrow?
No. Tomorrow we have no class. Actually, Monday we have class, but every Saturday we have class on doubts. But actually, this is the starting demo sessions in the sense. Next, that is the sorry, tomorrow is Saturday. So tomorrow we have no class, but from the next week onwards, every Saturday also we have class. That is a doubts clarification. Okay? But tomorrow we have no class. Why? Because we are moving to the basic concepts. That is the reason. Meet you on Monday. Okay. So thank you very much. We'll meet you on Monday. Thank you.